WIFM. WIFM controls every single action you do consciously, and it simply stands for, what's in it for me? How's it going to help me? How's it going to help the people I care about? That's where we go into the science of Ganoderma lucidum. Now, Ganoderma lucidum has over 100 antioxidants. Now, antioxidants kill free radicals. What are free radicals? They're mutated cells in your body. But what do mutated cells do in your body? Number one, they can make you age quickly. Number two, they can cause life-threatening diseases. Now, does anybody here want to age quickly or die early? If the answer is no, maybe you should have a lot of antioxidants in your diet then. Number two, Gano Excel has over 200 phytonutrients. What are phytonutrients? Phytonutrients are plant nutrients that absorb quickly and easily in your body. Now, when your body's nutrient dense, you naturally crave less food. But let's take that out. I mean, Ganoderma has exactly 154 antioxidants, 200 phytonutrients, but people are like, well, compared to what? Well, let's take it compared to orange juice. How many phytonutrients do you think orange juice has? Well, it has 4. Antioxidants, 8. Now, when we call Ganoderma a superfood, shouldn't there be a big difference between normal foods and superfoods? Yeah, isn't that a pretty big difference? Now, polysaccharides, organic germanium, lanostrol, lanostan, adenosine, ganoderins A and B, and triterpenoids. What are they? Well, they're the top 7 phytonutrients in Ganoderma lucidum. What do? Well, I wasn't sure either, so I had to Google it. Google took me to a place called pubmed.gov, which means medical publications for the government. Now, what does the government think about Ganoderma lucidum? Well, they believe it to be an antibacterial, anti-candida, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, anti-tumor, lowers blood pressure, lowers cholesterol, blood sugar moderator, cardiovascular enhancer, kidney tonic, liver tonic, nerve tonic, boosts the immune system, rids the body of heavy metals and toxins, just to name 14 of the 721 studies on there now. But here's the thing, what do we do with it, right? Why would we put that in toothpaste? Yeah, we put it in toothpaste. There's a simple reason. People use it every single day. That's the number one reason. Number two, the Ganoderma lucidum will absorb directly into your bloodstream through the mucous membranes or sublingually in the mouth. Number three, Ganoderma lucidum is a powerful antibacterial. What causes all the problems in your mouth? Bacteria. Now we have oatmeal. Now our oatmeal, it's very special. We put spirulina in there. Spirulina is a blue-green algae. It's known to be the most perfect protein for the human body to consume. Now, everybody here knows that protein is the building block of human life, right? So who thinks that sounds like a good product? Well, sure. I mean, who wouldn't want oatmeal with algae and mushrooms in it, right? Right? Well, what if it tasted like Frosted Flakes? Could you eat it then? More importantly, could you get your kids to eat it? Then we have black coffee. Black coffee we make for 2 types of people. Number 1, and most importantly, is the person that likes black coffee. Number 2 is the person that likes to have their coffee their way. Now, a lot of people always ask me, well, why do you use sugar? Why do you use this? We don't, in the black coffee, make it however you want. But let's address that issue. Why do we use sugar? Well, the most important reason why is simply because it tastes good, right? And who's our target market? Is it the person that grinds their own wheatgrass juice every day and does yoga 12 times a day? No, it's the person that goes to McDonald's and Starbucks and AM PM to get their coffee. What do they put in their coffee? Well, they put sugar, cream, chocolate, caramel, sometimes extra caffeine, right? Now let's use this analogy. How many people here have ever been to the doctor? Yeah, did you ever get an injection, a shot? Did anybody here ever ask, what kind of needle is that? Well, the needle's just the coffee. It's a way of getting the Ganoderma in the body. Now we have our 3-in-1, our coffee with cream and sugar. This is one of my favorites. It's our latte. I like to call it our cut and go because you simply cut, pour, and you're on your way. We have mocha, coffee with cream and sugar, and a luscious artesian Swiss chocolate. Hot chocolate, great for children. Why? No caffeine in this product. Also has excellium, which is a brain food, and the Ganoderma lucidum. Now our tea. Our tea is very special. It's a red rooibos tea, known to be the South African miracle tea. It has twice the antioxidants of green tea, no tannic acid, no caffeine. On top of that, we put Ganoderma lucidum in it. Now, how many people here know somebody that has trouble relaxing, unwinding, sleeping at nighttime? If so, have them try our tea. Now, for those people with the opposite problem out there, we have a very special coffee for you. That one's called Tonkat Ali. Now, how many people here have ever tried a Red Bull before? What do they tell you? Red Bull gives you what? Wings. They just don't tell you while you're flying. They chop them off and you go screaming back down again. Now, Tonkatali, it won't do that. It has 3 very powerful herbs in there to help. Number 1, Gano. What does that do in your body? Well, it helps keep things level. Number 2 is ginseng. What does ginseng do? Boosts your energy level way up. Number 3 is Tonkatali. What does that do? That one boosts your libido. So you get energy, libido. Good, right? Unless you're single, then it's bad. Now they call it the coffee for lovers, the energy coffee, the muscle coffee, but how does it work? When you guys will like this, Tonkatali actually raises your testosterone levels. What does that do in men? Well, it increases strength, power, stamina, ability, and everything from sports to, sports, right? In women, it works a little different. In women, it raises your testosterone levels, at which point most women go, wait a second, I don't want testosterone in my body. Well, guess what? You already have it. And if you knew what it did, you might want just a little bit more, just a little more often. Let me explain how it works. Now, there's a time of the month my wife has where she likes to yell and throw things at me. I'm not quite sure why. All I know is there's 4 days afterwards, which is just a little more friendly than normal. What happens is her natural testosterone levels raise at that time, increasing what we call friendliness in women. Now, unfortunately, my wife, she doesn't drink coffee. She only drinks the tea, and guess what that does to her at night? Yeah, it puts her to sleep. I hate that tea. Now, we have everything in supplement form as well. We have Gano for the body, Excellium for the brain, which is made from the mycelium of the mushroom, which is the baby mushroom. It's more densely rich in polysaccharides and other brain foods. Now, this does 2 things in your body. Number 1, it helps your brain activate, kind of like ginkgo on steroids. Number 2, it helps your body absorb nutrients at a rapid rate. Now, you have to be a little careful on this one because if you're not eating a healthy diet, it will absorb everything at a rapid rate. So you can take more Ganoderma lucidum and get the same effects. And then finally, we have Sakano. Sakano is our libido enhancer without the ginseng. Now, I tell my wife to take 2 Ganoderma, 1 Sakano every day, and she asked me why. I said, don't worry about it. It's good for me. I mean you. Just take it. Now, I don't give her the one for the brain because I don't want her to figure out why she's taking the Sakano. Well, I mean, that's only fair. And then finally, we have soap. The soap is Ganoderma lucidum, goat's milk, Malaysian cedar bark for scent. Now, if you know anybody with oily skin, dry skin, acne, or eczema, well, have them try our soap. Do you know anybody that shaves? Well, hopefully everybody, right? This isn't Europe. Now, it leaves the smoothest shaved area you've ever had. Now, somebody always asks, are we FDA approved? And the answer is no. We're not approved to make claims of curing, treating, diagnosing, or mitigating any type of disease. Only prescription drugs can do that. But are we tested by the FDA and approved safe for your consumption? Absolutely. In fact, every food, beverage, and supplement in this country has to be first. Now, let's talk about FDA-approved drugs for a second. How many people have seen these commercials on TV? The ones with butterflies, bumblebees, couples skipping hand in hand saying how wonderful these new drugs are. What do they tell you at the end of the commercial? Side effects. Liver damage, kidney damage, ulcers, and in rare cases, may cause death. How rare? Happens to be the leading cause of death in the United States today. The use and abuse of prescription drugs. Now, unfortunately, last year, my brother's fiance, she died taking sleeping medication. She only took 1. It stopped her heart. Why do I tell you this? Well, my brother, he used to work for this company. And when I started here 4 years ago, he told me one thing. I don't believe in any of those products. And I asked him, have you ever tried any? He said, no, I don't have to. He's one of those. A year later, I called him back. I said, you would not believe the amazing things I've actually seen happen to people. You wouldn't believe the stories and testimonials I've heard. You wouldn't believe the research and documentation done on this one herb alone, but most of all, how I feel different in my own body. Now, I know you have trouble sleeping at night. You should at least try our tea. Guess what he told me? I don't believe in your blank products. So guess what I told him? Why don't you go blank yourself then? Why did I tell him that? After his fiance passed away, I went inside a little bit. I asked myself a very important question. Is there anything more I could have done to help my brother? And I came to a very sad realization. I wasn't trying to help my brother. I was only trying to prove myself right. Because doesn't being right feel pretty good? Yeah, it feeds 2 areas of my life. One's called ego. The other one's called pride. Now, I'm not sure if I'm the only person here that's ever made a mistake because of ego or pride, but I made a pretty big one. I never helped my brother with the most important thing, and that's simply the right reason. So when I tell you this, I absolutely mean it. If you decide not to do this as a business, I'm going to make you one promise. That promise is, our company will be fine. It's not a business for everybody, and that's just being honest. But before you leave here, there's probably two things you should know. Does it work? Can I prove it? If you'll drink the coffee, I'll prove it to you right then. What do I mean? Well, go back to a time when you drank a normal coffee before. How does it make you feel? A little jittery, anxiety, heart palpitations, acid reflux, a host of other negative things, and then you crash. Then notice how you feel after you drink our coffee. Energized, focused, a little bit happier, no crash. Now, if Ganoderma lucidum is powerful enough to counteract the negative effects of caffeine and acid that quickly in your body, well, what else is it doing? What if everything else I told you was true? Don't you think you should at least share it with the people you care about? At least that much? I want everybody to go back and remember to when you were a child. And I want you to remember if you had a dream to grow up and be something someday. Well, it's anybody's dream here to grow up and be average. But yet 97% of Americans grow up and become financially what? Average. Only you can make that difference in your life. Only you can change your destiny. Now, I'm not saying you have to do it here, but please, do it somewhere. Thank you so much for paying attention. Everybody's time and attention is very important. Thank you so much. Once again, I'm Mike Muramoto, Director of Field Relations. Everybody have a wonderful day.